Super Earth, our home. Prosperity. Liberty. Hi there. Democracy. Our way of life. Oh, hello. But freedom doesn't come free. No! Sweet liberty! No! Look familiar? Scenes like these are happening all over the galaxy right now. You could be next. That is, unless you make the most important decision of your life. Prove to yourself that you have the strength and the courage to be free. Join
the
Helldivers. Become part of an elite peacekeeping force. See exotic new life forms. And spread managed democracy throughout the galaxy. Become a hero. Become a legend. Become a Helldiver.
Anyway, now that's out of the way. I just have to say real quick that Helldivers 2, after putting 100 hours, has made not only me feel happy of where game development and hopefully future game development will lead to, but also that it doesn't matter what you're playing, you will. Doesn't matter if you're fighting automatons. Doesn't matter if you're fighting the Terminids, or as I like to call them, bugs. Because technically they are bugs. But it either way. Some people may joke, "Oh, the bugs are easier." Yeah, in a sense, because most of them melee instead of shoot at you like the automatons. But that means there's different play styles. There's different regions make you want to play out different, different stratagems, different gear, different planets you go to. You want different gear. You want different stratagems. You actually gotta like think about stuff. I mean, you don't have to, but if you're playing, I'd say anything above extreme, I would recommend thinking about what you're going in with and honestly being prepared to dodge, be prepared to die, and just be prepared to have fucking fun. Because Helldivers 2 is one of the best games ever launched. I'm not saying because I've played Call of Duty for 12 plus years, or I played simulators, I played horrors, out of every genre, RPGs. Like, I've played thousands, even tens of thousands of games, and have spent over almost 200 days on GTA 5 alone. Okay, yeah, it's not that much, but like, I personally think from launch, this game has been better as a play, as just get in it teaches you just simple things, and then you're on your own. Whereas GT5, you got put into the story, you got introduced, you got to learn how to drive, you got to do all these things. You don't learn how to drive a mech, you don't know how to conserve, you don't know that every mag, it doesn't even tell you that every mag you dispense will just be gone. Which honestly is one of the best features in a video game, I personally think. Because why are you keeping the ammo in that mag? I mean, yeah, okay, you could just put the mag back down, but for Call of Duty, like, idea is like you're loading a new mag, but you're just putting in. Because, let's say you reload two, let's say a one was a half mag and then the other one was a quarter mag left. Now you combine those mags and now they're one. It's like, what? How did I have time to put bullets into the mag? It makes no sense. Whereas this is realistic. It has the guns feel realistic. Everything in this feels real. And still keeping, game values, of course. And Helldivers 2, I have to say this, is definitely, I rate it already a Game of the Year title. And now, yeah, I only have 100 hours and I've only had it for about 2 weeks. But there are definitely people that have had it longer and probably will agree. This game is so unique, so chaotic, and it is fun. And from coming from an exclusive, because it is on PC, but at the same time, it's, even for being a non AAA title, it has broken records. The max player count has reached over 8 times now on Helldivers 2. Over 8 times. And the reason behind that is, the reason why they don't want to increase it is because they need to go in and recode it so the game can handle this amount of people. Because when they originally launched the game, they weren't expecting this many people, first of all, and the game wasn't coded. So any problems that you're experiencing in Helldivers 2 is strictly from the coding problem. And once they fix that coding problem, I think pretty much all problems within the game itself will be perfect, and we will have so much more people capacity. So, we could have 1 million people concurrent at once. Or even, 600,000 actual players, or even more. Because there's, now I'm not saying like no game, even games with like 20 million sales, they get 300,000, 200,000, 100,000. COD gets that. So, it's honestly, and this game has sold, I think, like 15 million copies or something like that. But even still, it's like there's so many good things about this game, even the community. You know, when I was because I was saying, oh, there's a kicking problem. There was um people hated you or like this was from like COD fucking cocksuckers. They're all, oh, just give me more fucking COD. Those type of people. It's like, why are you such? Just let the game be the game, bro. Why are you hating? Because you can't have it on your damn Xbox or something? I'm sorry, you spent $80 for a fucking fist from a movie. And that's another thing. It's like, okay, so you're going to make me pay $70 for DLC, and then you're also going to make me pay another $80 for a fucking fist from the new King Kong and Godzilla movie. What? Triple. I mean, I also get it. Like AAA games need to have absurd prices because they spend millions and billions of dollars in their game to be shit. But if they if they focus on spending less and instead of focusing on the player, like Helldivers 2 has, I think there. That's why I think there's going to be a big shift coming very shortly to upcoming AAA games going back to that player, what players want, not what the devs want, to just make it simple and just put out, right? Is actually focusing on the game development and focusing on what the people want. And, there's no metas. Oh, there's a meta in Helldivers 2 with a railgun. It wasn't even that overpowered, but yet they still nerf it. This game has really just been. It honestly, yeah, you can use the meta, but is it your playstyle? Probably not. I try to use the meta, and it's not my fucking playstyle. No metas have really ever been my playstyle in any game, but still, it's just absurd for me to say this, but I have to say it. If you haven't already, from PlayStation or PC, buy Helldivers 2. You won't regret it. It's been the best purchase I have made, and you can help Helldivers spread democracy. And any parents that may end up watching this video, buy your kid this game on PC or PlayStation. Now, if, by July it comes to Xbox, this is what I've heard, was a rumor I heard. If that happens, go buy your Xbox, go buy this game for your kid's Xbox. Or even, and if it does come out on the Xbox, anyone that has an Xbox, buy it. It is not a waste. And it basically, all the battle passes you have in the game will save forever, so you can always come back and complete them. And you get the currency in the game just by playing it. So just playing the game you're able to get the battle pass gear. It's honestly has made it where you don't even have to spend money. I spent 100 hours. I haven't had to spend one dime, and I have a battle pass. It's honestly now I almost have both battle passes, but it's literally you don't have to spend any extra money. They'd rather have you play, grind, and have fun instead of microtransactions, pay to win, and all that. They'd rather have you play, grind, and just get the loot just from grinding. Because let's say a new stuff comes in the item shop that's kind of OP. You can play like 5 matches and then boom, you have it. And typically, like a match for me takes 5 minutes, which that's that's including pretty much doing everything. That's if you have a good squad also. And by having it where by the time I've played those matches, I've gotten those super credits and I was able to buy the new OP gear in the shop. And different gear give different buffs, different armor ratings, different stamina, different all this stuff. And it's just awesome. It's honestly awesome. I'm gonna end it there. And like I said, go buy this game. I promise you, it it has changed my outlook on video games, especially AAA. It plus there's actual stealth. So the bugs, I'm gonna say this last thing. So the entities, the enemies can hear you, see you, smell you. So and also if you, let's say you land right, and you call in, you know, stratagems to arm up, which typically you do anyway, but that typically increases the more amount of patrols and patrols coming to your area. So it honestly has been an experience. And not only that, I've actually gotten one of the games. I've gotten in a game with the devs, and oh my, they are so friendly. If you're able to get in a game with any dev of this game, they are friendly. They are cool. They are chill, and especially talking about the industry and what was their um plan basically when they started 8 years ago, or 7 years, 11 months, and like 26 days. 8 years. But yeah, so honestly, like some people may know, if you know me, I was originally, developing a game similar to this. Actually, well, not similar to this, but basically similar mechanics, like realistic gun recoil. Instead of taking just your PC or your hardware's performance and giving that out, it's a combined group's hardware, and that's what your frame rate's going to be. It's not just your single. is going to be everybody's. And honestly, I would say the most stable is being with PlayStation because whereas PC, you can go play with someone with a 1080 Ti, which is still a great graphics card and a 3600 CPU, or you could play with someone that has a Ryzen 9 7900X um CPU and a 4090, and you just get a lot more FPS. But the thing is, it honestly is a broad thing. Whereas if you're playing with PlayStation, you know where you're gonna be set at basically. And typically, max settings and playing with PlayStation, 120, 130 FPS, which isn't bad for this type of game. And now the lowest I've gotten was 40 FPS, and that's because there's someone with like a 7-year-old AMD graphics card, which AMD was not the greatest back in the day with graphics card. I mean, they're still not the best in performance, but I mean they have from price to performance is a lot better than Nvidia. Um, and also a 1060. So yeah, even though I have a 4080, it and the last one was PlayStation, but yeah, it honestly depends on who you play with. But anyway, like I said, I'll end this here and honestly buy the game. And now, no, most Steam players have like 1080 Ti's and um 1660 Super or whatnot, but I think it's honestly time for this type of game. You either turn the option off, I mean, it would help also, or because it's an option to sync the group, or um, or what you can do is at least get a 30 series, like a 3060 12 gig or 3070 or better is my recommendation if you have an older PC. If you're gonna use if you don't want to upgrade, that's fine. Just turn off the setting because for people that do have high ends, yeah, it's gonna be a little sucky. But anyway, have a good one. Like always, K2 out.